Hi guys, and today I'll be playing Bad Faith. In the middle of a lake, there lies an isolated island called the Haven. And in the Haven is a community that shelters those who are pure of heart and mind, and is made up of several young women and their sole elderly leader. And one day, one of the girls at the Haven, Magda, has some conflicting feelings about the Haven. And then one day she discovers a mysterious building which stirs her curiosity, and she finds something good or bad. I don't know. We'll find out. So, do you think of my thumbnails, I mean? Hand it over to me and I'll take a look. Well, I think this composition is pretty strong. Come a long way in just under a year, Magda. Really? With time and effort, you could turn this into a gorgeous piece. Thank you. That's my favorite of the bunch too. I was looking through some references in the studio and I found a pattern known as the Tree of Life. I thought it would be appropriate since the Haven is a sanctuary. I can definitely see that. Excellent choice of theme, Magda. One suggestion though. Yes? You may want to spread out where you put the birds. If you do that, the composition will guide your eyes all across the tree, rather than to the specific sections of it. I guess that makes sense. So are you ready to start working on your first solo piece? Oh, I'd be more than happy. Maria? Magda, it's assembly time. Right. Assembly time. Yeah. Okay, assembly time bad. My name is Magda. Just Magda. I'm a girl. I'm 19 years old. I live in the Haven. It's a place on an island in the middle of a giant lake. Beyond the lake lies dangerous lands. There, people are corrupt. They kill, they steal, they plunder, they lust and poison and lie for the pettiest of reasons. In other words, they're insane. Yeah. But the Haven is different. Our leader, Lady Amiris, says that those who live here are pure of heart and mind. I'm very lucky. Instead of growing up in a decaying, violent world, I spend my days surrounded by beautiful forests and good people. There's just one catch. We need to stay pure. If we don't, well, that's what the apology assemblies are. How would you stay pure? Like, you don't have any bad thoughts or anything? The bell rings. An assembly is about to begin. Everyone is expected to come. It's a Haven-wide event, after all. And so me, Maria, and the other members of the art sect make our way to the assembly building. Usually, assemblies don't bother Maria, but today, she looks really uncomfortable. Not because the assembly is about her, though. Maria's a sect head. She fosters a special level of trust with Lady Amiris and receives privileges of her loyalty. No, Maria dreads this assembly because this assembly will be about her best friend, JL. Everyone knew that JL would get into trouble sooner or later. Apparently, she shirked her duty as a member of the research sect. Instead of determining whether foreign books, movies, and art were safe for the Haven to see, JL's curiosity began to betray her somehow. I don't know much else. But since she's the center of today's assembly, she must have done something pretty terrible. This sounds like a cult. Eventually, me and the rest of the art sect reach the assembly building. It's a tall, imposing structure, one of the oldest buildings in the Haven. It sticks out like a jagged nail from the surrounding reeds. To be frank, I've grown to hate it. But to the Haven's members, assemblies are like swallowing cod liver oil. They're uncomfortable in the moment, but good for our minds overall. The entrance is crowded with girls from other sects. Like ants to an anthill, we all marched in single file. Once I get inside, I found a pew at the very back of the room to sit in. I don't really want front row seats for this. It's best for me to stay as quiet and hidden as possible. Looking around the hall, I spot Maria in a row adjacent to mine. Seems like she had the same idea. I hope she'll get out of this okay. Super weird. Suddenly the speakers crackle overhead. There's 3 taps. Then, a familiar, cold voice comes through. Everyone please settle down. The Apologia assembly is about to begin. The room goes quiet. Everyone turns towards the voice's source, a chubby, bespectacled young woman. Without a discernible expression, she stands on the stage in the back of the room. The head of the research sect, Eve. Ugh, if she's leading this assembly, JL's definitely going to have a rough time. Behind her stands Lady Amaris and a certain member of the writing sect. My body suddenly breaks out into a cold sweat. I look away. Oh god, not her as well. Ugh. With both Eve and Cerisi on stage, this assembly is going to be brutal. Good. We have peace and quiet. Let's get right at the matter of the hand. JL of the research sect, if you could come to the stage, please. There's no response. With an impatient cough, Eve taps the microphone on the stage podium. JL, I appreciate if you could make this easier for us all. Don't make me use force. Another pause. Then I heard footsteps. Everyone's eyes turned towards an average-looking redhead, reluctantly coming forward to the stage front. Ah, so that's what JL looks like. This is the first time I've seen her. Aside from Eve, I don't know many members of the research sect. Once JL makes her way onto the stage at the back of the room, Eve gives her a quick nod. Thank you for cooperating. Shall we begin? JL doesn't respond. Instead, she gazes down at the wooden floor and frowns. I'll take that as a yes. Ahem. We're gathered here today to judge JL of the research sect for the harm she has brought to our community. According to significant evidence, she smuggled illegal foreign media into the Haven. Books, illustration, movies, all embedded by her own research sect. All extremely dangerous in content. Okay. You get the idea. She did this knowing full well that her actions could have caused her or fellow Haven members to go insane. That's a bit much now. Lady Amaris, what would you like to say about this? Mr. Yell was led by her curiosity. When exercised with prudence, moderation, and in service to noble causes, curiosity is a beautiful virtue. Yet unstrained curiosity is a thing to be feared. Indeed, it could be called a dangerous access. JL fell prey to this untempered access. Because of her curiosity, our entire community was put at risk. What makes them think they're gonna go insane? Naturally, we cannot behave leniently towards her. Thank you for your wise words, Lady Amaris. Before we continue, I'd also like to thank another member of the Haven for contributing vital evidence. Please show your appreciation for a series of the writing sect. This necessary assembly wouldn't be possible without her loyalty and service to the Haven. Oh my god, clap it up. The audience bursts into applause as the woman behind Lady Amaris steps forward to take a bow. A tall blonde with a powerful frame. I try to ignore her by looking down my lap. Compared to everyone else's loud claps, mine are small and nearly silent. Not clapping will raise suspicion against me. Thanks everyone. Really appreciate the response here. It took a lot of work unearthing this case. But I think the cat's out of the bag now. You know, because curiosity killed the cat and all. That was funny. There's a well-timed burst of laughter that follows Ceres' remark. Probably can, to humor her. Anyhow, what are we gonna do with this troublemaker, huh? Good question. We could make her clean the dorm bathrooms for a month with her toothbrush, or we could force her to eat alone during meal times after everyone else has left, or we could make her organize the research sex archives, like the ones that haven't been touched for 15 years. They don't sound that bad. But then, what would be the point of this assembly? She just put all of us in a lot of danger. It wouldn't be fair to just have her scrub a few toilets and let her off scot-free. I mean, foreign materials, tricky stuff. If it hasn't been checked beforehand, you never know what it could do to your brain. And the stuff JL was hoarding, well, I saw it with my own eyes. It was real gross. Freak shit. We really want to keep someone like that in our community. Huh? I didn't think so. So, JL, let me tell you what's gonna happen next. From here on out, you're no longer a member of the Haven. Are you implying that, yes, JL, you'll be taken away? Wait, if that's the case, then what's going to happen to me? Where will I go now? Can I say goodbye to my friends? We're no longer part of the Haven. We don't deserve answers. Eve, if you could. Right. No, please. 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 Maria? Maria, help me. You're ahead too, aren't you? You can stop this. We're friends, right, Maria? Aren't we? Please. Commotion makes me look up from my lap. In the pure classroom mind, Maria shifts her legs back and forth. She wants to intervene, I can tell. But after everything JL did, intervening would put her position as head into question too. So in the end, she does nothing. All she could do is stare sadly as JL continues to scream and wail in terror of her fate. Cersei grabs her from behind, twisting her flailing arms into a writhing arm lock. At a distance, Eve calmly brings a white tube to her lips and puffs her cheeks. What the heck? What if they're sacrificed for something? I wouldn't be surprised. JL stops screaming. She freezes. A red dart had just pricked her neck. Her body goes limp. She falls to the floor unconscious. With the joint efforts of Cersei and Eve, JL is dragged off stage. Once more, Lady Admira steps up to the podium. And so that concludes the assembly. Let this be a lesson to all of you. Beware of unchecked temptation. You must now head back to your respective sex. See to continue your good work. Eve and I will take care of this matter from here. On command, everyone rises from their pews at once, and orderly lines of women begin to make their way out of the hall. What happens when you're taken away? Where do you go? What can you do? Some say that you're banished to the outside world with nothing but clothes on your back. Others think of more frightening possibilities. Imprisonment, torture, execution. That's just too much. None of us know. Only the heads know the answer, but they're sworn to secrecy on the matter. Those who have been taken away know too, but they never come back to tell anyone. Assemblies are scary, but every time they're held, they emphasize an important lesson. It's easy to do insane things in the Haven, but it's also easy to get caught doing them. And it's easy to find out how harshly you'll be punished for slights. In other words, it's better not to do insane things at all. Once, I did something insane. I was caught doing it and an assembly was held. I was very nearly taken away, but at the last moment someone saved me. Because I was accused, most of the Haven doesn't trust me anymore. At any moment, I feel like I'll be accused again. Whenever an assembly finishes, whenever another girl is tried, sentenced, and taken away, I'm always relieved that I wasn't the one standing on that stage. After the assembly, everyone files out of the hall. I try to stay at the back of the crowd. Pushing through will get everyone else annoyed. After all of us have things to do. Well, most of us actually. Maria told me that the RSEC members are excused for the rest of the day. Maria really cared for JL. I can't imagine what she's feeling right now. Ugh, my head's buzzing. I should go and do something to clear it. There's a dense wood nearby. One that might bring a path with lovely views and comforting scenery. A pleasant place where you can forget anything terrible. I decided I walked it till sunset. It's what I usually do after a stressful assembly. So these happen often. Okay, it's nice to know. As always, the trees are beautiful. The shade in the ground reveals only dappled patches of sunlight slipping through the lacework of leaves spread broadly over the canopy. The wet and earthy smell of the soil, the sounds of a gentle breeze rustling, branches brimming with flowers and fruits, the faraway chorus of songbirds. Whenever I'm surrounded by these sensations, I feel at ease. For a moment, I can't believe that the haven is truly paradise. I walk along one of the many pleasure trails that branch off the ring path, all painstakingly designed by the architectural sect. They're fairly short, but they always have enjoyable views. If I look hard enough through the trees, I can see some of the haven buildings. I can't tell which ones though. Eventually the trail comes to a stop. A little white picket gate marks its end and the beginning of outside. Most haven members aren't allowed to travel outside. As far as I know, only Lady Amorous and the sect heads can go past the barrier. I'm not sure why. I overheard that some more daring people have gone outside before. Apparently there wasn't much to see. Maybe the safety thing to discourage people from leaving the island, but there really isn't much reason to go beyond the island to begin with. All that lies in where insane lands but with insane people. Ugh, I don't know. Anyways, the punishment for wandering out here isn't too strict. If you're caught beyond the gate, you're usually warned or assigned minor chores like sweeping the dorms. So, all that said, I don't think it hurt for me to go off the beaten path a little. To take this walk a little further than normal. Since most people are wary of me, I won't wander far enough to get into serious trouble with anyone who might see me. Besides, I'm not interested in leaving the haven. It's the only home I know. Yeah, this is fine. This would just be a little journey to clear my head. If I'm careful, I can satisfy my curiosity safely. I make my way to the gate. Prise it open with a rusty creak and step through. With the quiet click of the gate snapping shut behind me, I begin my little journey outside. Yeah, what they say was right. There's not much outside that's different from the rest of the forest. The wet and earthy smell of the soil, the sounds of a gentle breeze rustling, branches brimming with flowers and fruits, the faraway chorus of songbirds, and that's all the same things again and again and again, no matter how far I go. Well, I guess I should have expected this. It seems pretty in line with what the more daring members of the Haven have said. Maybe outside is just symbolic, a way to keep us all in check. Honestly, I've got no idea what goes on in Lady Amorous's head. Wait, hold on. What was that? Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of something in the distance. I turn around. At this distance, I can't make out what the something is. From what I can see, it looks gray and cubical in shape. I wonder what it is. A rock formation, a sculpture, a monument, whatever it is, it intrigues me. I don't think it hurt for me to check it out. I leave the path entirely, step into the underbrush, and make a beeline towards the mysterious object in the distance. As I approach, I realize that this isn't just any object. It's a building, an unusual building. Okay. I've never seen one like this before. Back at the Haven, most of the buildings are made out of wood. This building seems to be made out of some hard-grade material. Maybe I could lay it a little closer? Find out a little more? If I'm caught, I won't get into too much trouble, right? I'll say I was just taking a look at something strange and new. And I'll swear never to go here again. It'll be a quick peek and then I'll go home. Yeah, just a quick peek. Nothing wrong with that. Out close, the gray material seems to have all sorts of bumps and cracks. I don't recognize it at all. I glide my hand across the material. Touching the bumps and indents on its surface is strangely soothing. With small steps, I slowly make my way around the building while tracing my hand across its walls. The walls don't seem very different from each other, apart from the placement of small moss patches on them, and the shapes of various fine cracks across them. Then I get to the fourth wall. There's a doorway there at the very end. I pause for a moment to look around. No one is observing me in the woods. No one is coming out of the building. I'm still completely alone to explore the buildings freely. I approach the doorway carefully to investigate further. The door is wide open. If I lean my body forward, I can see what the building is like inside. I crane my neck forward to take a peek in the room within. It's like an abandoned building, it kind of reminds me of those high-rise apartment complexes. On the limited amount of light, I can see that the building inside are ruined. The room is barren. No furniture, no lighting, not even a proper floor. All empty except for a single banister and some stairs. A staircase leading down into the earth. But a staircase to where? What else might be in this building? What lies at the bottom? I can't believe I've never found this place before. It's so weird and fascinating, I just want to... No, wait. Magda, you're outside. You'll get into trouble if someone finds you here. And if it's inside this building, a building no one knows about in an off-limits area, you might get taken away this time. You don't want to be taken away, do you? For the past year, you've been trying to be a good girl. Why ruin what little reputation you have now? Anyways, there's probably a good reason why this building's been hidden from everyone else. Something really bad might have happened in here. I don't know. But one peek wouldn't hurt, right? Yeah, I'll just go and explore the place for a bit, then leave. My curiosity will be satisfied, and I'll return to my normal life, and I'll pretend that this building never existed. And if I sense that somebody's near, I'll dash out of here as soon as possible. Right, sounds like a decent plan to me. Let's go. With the goal of knowing a little more under my belt, I make my way into the building. The room inside is dark, empty, and, what else a new word? Derelict? There's nothing here to be found besides the light streaming in from outside and a staircase leading to the lower floor. There's nothing to see, nothing to do upstairs. I take the staircase down. As I descend, I tread lightly, make sure my footsteps don't echo through the building. A few minutes pass, and then I arrive at the floor below. The room that lies here is smaller and dimly lit by a single row of fluorescent lights. They catch my eye. Fluorescent lights are unusual. Back in the Haven, most of us light our nights using beeswax candles from the community apiary. Only sect buildings use fluorescent lights. Other than the lights, the room is as empty as the one above it. The staircase still goes down further. If I go a little deeper, will I find something else? The room beneath the second ones are largely the same. Small spaces with fluorescent lights. Some have steel cabinets, others have doors. All of them are completely empty. I don't touch any of the doors. Of course, a part of me itched to open them, but I want to reach the bottom of the building first. As I go deeper and deeper, my mind frets. I need to find what I'm looking for and leave. I can't get caught. An elevator. Or is that the door, an elevator? Eventually, I make it to the bottom of the staircase. I look around the clearing. The deepest room in the building is similar to the ones on the floor above it. It stands empty, yet another strip of fluorescent lights are run along its otherwise plain ceiling. All that's different is a pair of heavy metal doors in front of me. Well, I came all the way down here. I could just take a quick peek inside. It won't hurt. I can handle this. If something goes wrong, I'll just run for my life. That way I won't get in trouble again. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I just need to keep my wits about me. Muttering reassurances to myself in my head, I move forward and push the doors open. It's pitch black. Good. There's definitely no one here. Yet in the dark, a loud humming sound resonates from within the room. I wonder where it's coming from. Maybe a light would help me? I bring one of my hands to the underside of my dress and search for my hidden pocket. To carry daily necessities such as snacks or medicine, most members of the Haven use hidden pocket of their uniform dress. My pocket always holds a candle dish, a candlestick, and a little matchbox. Some bubbling, I slot the candlestick into the little holding and spike at the dish's center. Then, taking the handle of the dish between my teeth, I open the matchbox and strike a match on the box's side. The match's amber glow brightens the room a little, but I'm too focused on lighting my candle to see what the light reveals. I remove the handle from my mouth to bring the match head to the candle's wick. Ugh, that's a lot better. Now what do we have here? On my left, there's a desk filled with test tubes, a rack of scary-looking metal instruments, stacks of sheets covered in cramped scrawls of unreadable handwriting, wide and massive cables. To my right, there's diagrams, a shelf filled with heavily labeled books. They're experimenting on them. More cables mirroring the arrangement on the right. And in front of me, there's what? There's a giant machine there. I'm not sure what it's for. When I walk a little closer to it, I notice that the loud humming is coming from its inside. Blue light emits from the screens below the machine. I guess I was wrong about the lab being pitch black. Better snuff my candle. Well, that's what most shocks me. Strapped to the machine is someone I've seen before. Oh, I've never seen before. I don't even know if it's someone is the right word. They don't look human at all. What the hell? I know they're freaky. I know they're a cult. Their head hangs low. They don't seem conscious. Their body is covered in wires, jutting in and out of their body. I stand on my heels to get a better look. Most of the wires are attached to their back. I move even closer. Curly golden hair gleams in the blue light underneath. White wings hangs from where their ears should be. Bloody bandages cover their long, lean frame. They're beautiful. They remind me of beings I've seen in picture books, back when I was little. Beautiful winged beings that stopped wars, helped the sick, and brought wisdom to humanity. What were they called again? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Suddenly, I hear the echoes of footsteps. Idle chatter. Both coming from the other side of the room. I flinch. Crap. I need to get out of here. Better run. I run towards the stairs. Frantically, I try to stuff my candlelight dish back into my pocket. As I leave, I think I see something. Uh-oh. The being's head tilts up. A glint of red from their eyes meets mine, and their mouths caked in dried blood and hundreds of tiny cuts begins to twist upwards. They're running at me? No. No. It's just a trick of my mind. I have to go now. But I hope no one sees you. I run up the many flights of stairs, my legs ache, my breathing sharp, and my footsteps echo loudly through the building. I no longer care about the noise. Right now I can't get caught. 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 I repeat this in my mind again and again as if saying enough times would protect me from being discovered. I can't get caught. I can't get caught. I can get out of here. You better pray. I reach the uppermost floor, and then I burst through the entrance. I reach it, but even then, even out of the relative safety of the woods, I don't stop running. They can still catch me here, and I can't get caught. I don't stop running until I'm far away from the building. Until I'm past the gate. Until I'm back at the start of the forest trail. Until I'm right back to where I started, right next to the assembly building. My back bows with exhaustion. My muscles are screaming. My lungs heave in and out. Sweat drips from my forehead, from the nape of my neck, from my arms, onto the yellow-brown grass below. But I made it. I'm here. I'm safe. I can't get caught. That was what I told myself over and over again. And in the end, I stand in the haven grounds once again. Uncaught. Unnoticed. Hopefully. Unscathed. For now. Hope she didn't drop anything. I'm not going back. I won't go back. That was way too close. My curiosity nearly got the better of me. I nearly went insane. God, I'm so tired. I'll just slowly head back home. By the time I reach the dorm buildings, it's already night. Thanks to the candles lighting the path outside, I found my way back. As I'm forced, I open the door and step into the common room. On a nearby couch, 2 Haven residents are chatting with each other. They don't notice my entrance. Whatever. If I loitered around here, they'll notice that and give me weird looks. Ready to head back to my room. Past the common room is a long corridor with many doors on each side of its walls. Behind each door is a standard Haven dorm where members go to sleep. Lady Amorous and the sect heads have separate living spaces for the evenings. That's why we never see them once the day's over. Slowly I make my way down the hallway. The wall that comes to greet me at its end has only one single door. On its front, a simple wooden plate reads, Room 108. My room. To get inside, I only need to turn the doorknob and push. In the Haven, we have an honor code. Members are expected to follow Lady Amorous's rules. We can't enter dorms without their owner's explicit permission, nor can we take others' private belongings without good reason to do so. If we break the rules, we're punished accordingly. Polishing all the dining hall's tables, sorting piles of documents for the research sect, and doing with everyone's dorm room trash for a week are among the better penalties for minor offenses. At worst, the culprit is made center of an assembly. Anyway, sticking to the rules is better for everyone. But you didn't do. Once I twist the doorknob, room 108's doors cracks open with a squeak. Make my way into my room. It's a nice little room. Huh? Grace isn't back yet? Sad to not see her, but I expected this. Lately she's been working until 9 p.m. at night. Your architectural sect loves to keep her busy. She must be working on something important. Grace is really organized, so I'm sure she'll do a nice job. I make my way to the small bookshelf in the center of our room. Carefully, I brush my fingertips over the spines of lined-up books. Fairy tales, self-help guides, and the Haven-made novellas are all passed over in a quick succession. Finally, I stopped at one spine, white with black lines, carefully tucked into a hard-to-see spot. With a little tug, the book is eased out of its niche. I stand on my toes to take a ballpoint pen from a glass jar on top of the shelf. Then I sit down in my bed, canopied by the tidy, empty bunk above it. From the dorms, bunk beds are a standard sleeping arrangement. When people first pair up with their roommates, picking bunks is a traditional Haven housewarming ritual. I don't remember how Grace and I became roommates, but I don't know what we picked bunks through a game of rock, paper, scissors. Oh no, I do know that we do pick bunks through a game of rock, paper, scissors. I wanted the top bunk. Guess what the outcome was. Anyways, I opened the book to a blank page and I capped my pen. This is my diary, a place where I can write my most secret thoughts away from prying eyes. After I narrowly avoided the consequences of my assembly, Grace gave this to me as a gift. She said diaries help people cope with troubling thoughts. She thought it would help me too. Since then, I've used this diary religiously every day. But Grace has never seen what I've written. Grace is my closest friend, but I don't know if she'd like... Never mind. Don't think about things you can't control, Magda. Just focus on your writing. Right, okay. My mind's buzzing with stressful thoughts right now. When this happens, I need to focus on the positives. Yeah, positives. What was one good thing that happened to me today? Well, I guess there's this morning. Right, here we go. Dear Diary. Today, working in the art sect was a lot of fun. I made a lot of progress in my piece. Paradise Tree theme I've come up with is really nice, and I love drawing so many beautiful birds. Maria was very supportive of my work too. She's so kind and gentle to me. None of the other sects would give me a second chance, but she really took me on. I'm really happy she gave me the opportunity to prove myself. I hope she's doing okay despite everything that happened today. I love her. She's beautiful, generous, and talented. I want to be together with her. Are you in love with her? Let's get a weird confession. The Haven would never allow it, though. Members and heads can't be anything more than friends. The potential for manipulation, abuse, and unfair treatment is too much for our community to risk. And besides, does she want me back like I want her? I don't know. So I'll just keep those thoughts here, safely locked away. That's the best thing I could do right now. Signed, Magda. Ugh, that spiraled into something far less positive than I wanted. At least I wrote something, I guess. There's a knock. The door slowly opens. Who is it? Grace is back. Her afternoon activities must tire her out because she walks very slowly into the room. Hey, Grace. Busy day? Grace nods silently. Oh, are you writing your diary again? Yeah, it's really useful. Thanks for giving it to me. Well, I'm glad I can help. Actually, this is a rather weird question, but what? I've been wondering for a while. Magda, would you ever let me take a look at what you've written? I know the diary is meant to be, private to you and all, but I remember that you're a really great writer. So I was wondering whether I could read some of your writing for myself. Oh wow, that's rather sudden. I mean, Grace has always been my closest friend. I'm not completely against showing her my personal writing. Indeed, the small book that's on my lap contains all my existing work. After all my assembly, all my writing sex stories were destroyed. But, I'd rather not show her a lot of the stuff I wrote in my diary. It can make her nervous. Come on, Magda, you need to give Grace some sort of explanation, quick. You see, I don't put anything important in there. I haven't written anything great since I left the writing sect. This is just an outlet for my feelings. Grace squints her eyes. She's clearly not convinced of my excuse. She's known me for a long time. Why would she be? Sorry, Magda. I'm not sure I believe you. It's okay, though. If you really don't want to show me, I'll just get ready for bed. The look she gives me makes me pretty uncomfortable. Does she think I'm up to something? Well, I don't really want to make Grace suspicious of me, so maybe it wouldn't hurt for me to show her one entry, right? No, wait. I'll show you. Just let me find something, alright? Just one condition. I'm the one turning the pages, okay? Grace nods gently with a small smile. Okay, I trust you. I breathe a sigh of relief, then pick up the book, shielding it from Grace's view. Flicking through the pages for something safe to show, I land on an entry from a couple weeks ago. Alright, this one should be okay. Place the book back down on my lap and swivel it around for Grace to read. When I wrote this, the art sec wasn't busy with projects. I took the day to wander through the haven and enjoy the scenery. I wrote about the plants and animals I saw in the long and pleasant stroll. Squirrels and blackbirds, rose hips and elms, blue skies and warm, gentle sunshine, among other things. Grace stares at the pages, mesmerized. Wow, you really are a beautiful writer. Why haven't you written another book? After the writing sec would... Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the writing sec made a point of not wanting me back, especially with Cersei around. She'd gut me if I tried openly writing anything again. I don't mention this to Grace. I don't know how she feels about Cersei. You're here again. That's why I can't. I'm tired too. Freaking tired. But Grace, I can still do this in private. This and the work I do for the R sect is enough for me. Give me another chance. I'm happy I can still stay here with you. Yeah, I understand. And I'm happy I give you that chance. Same. With that, I get up from my bed to tuck my diary back into its bookshelf crevice. I sigh in relief. That didn't go as badly as I expected. Or was I nervous around Grace anyways? I trust her. She saved me from an assembly. And more importantly, she's my closest and dearest friend. Yeah, I can trust her. I stretch my arms, still standing in front of the bookshelf. So Grace, are you gonna get ready for bed? Yes. Why do you ask? Can I come with you? To the bathrooms? If that's alright, I mean. I don't mind. Just remember to bring your soap and pajamas. I won't forget this time. We'll see about that. Anyways, you should get going before they get crowded. You know how we're about to hit the peak time. Right. I'll get myself straight away. After we wash up and get changed, we settle down to bed. On the top bunk, Grace is reading an architectural textbook with her small candle lighting the pages nearby. I'm really tired from today, so I'm going to head to bed. I crawl under my sheets and curl up tight in the comforting dark of our room. Hey, Grace? Yes, Magda? Good night. And if I don't see you in the morning tomorrow, have a good day. You're very kind, Magda. You have a good night as well. I smile. I'm really lucky to have a friend like Grace. I don't know why I'd do without her. And with those warm thoughts on my mind, I drift into a peaceful sleep. Alright, so I'm just going to end this episode here today. So things in the Haven aren't what they all just seem to be. There's nothing happy, or it's not all rainbows and sunshines, basically. It seems like they're doing some sort of experimental whatever it is with that. I don't know, I guess I could call it an angel in that concrete building. And I feel like they're also lying about the outside world as well. And it's not. It's just filled with insane people. And they're keeping the girls there to do some, like, heinous experiments on them without them knowing. But who knows? We don't know the exact purpose. But, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.